Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new live stream. Before I start, can someone in the chat clarify that you guys can see me okay, that you guys can hear me? I have not been live for a while, and the reason is because I had the COVID, so I wasn't well for like a whole week. The COVID hit me hard. Does everything sound okay? My camera's a bit fucked though, to be honest. I need to fix my camera system, but I don't know how to do it anymore. But I've completely. Thank you very much for that, Khalid. Khalid, appreciate the £10 as well, my friend. Go big, the GNO. Appreciate the £10, my friend. Good to see you as well, Khalid. Legend, good to see you. Benjamin, good to see you, my friend. Simon, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. Mugen, Southlex, Kareem. How's everyone doing today? Kim, good to see you. Red Hound, good to see you as well. Martin's, good to see you. Silver, Pooh, good to see everyone in the chat, bro. Let's go over some of the news and announcements that's been happening over the last couple of days. Number one, what we have come to realize is, actually, I can't really go on there, but the Fed is looking to end QT, quantitative tightening. And the reason is, as we mentioned 2 to 3 live streams ago, that the Fed cannot keep, taking assets off the balance sheet. Eventually, they do have to stop. And the reason they are going to stop is because the banks at the moment, I don't think they are in the best shape. And if they continue QT, what tends to happen is you end up tapping into the reserves of the banks, which oftentimes can cause problems because some of these banks are insolvent, but they won't obviously announce that they are insolvent. So they're going to keep borrowing money to stay afloat. And when you start tapping into the reserves that they don't have, some of these banks could go under. And I think that's what the Fed is trying to avoid. And that's why sometime in the summer, my guess is it could even be as early as March next month, or it could be in June, or maybe the following month after March, that we could see an end to QT. That is a very positive sign because if you go on the charts, let's go on TradingView. You guys can see after the Fed ended QT back in 2017, that is when we actually had an Altseason, and that is when we had a decent pump, from Bitcoin itself. So you guys can see this is the Fed's balance sheet. There was obviously adding over here in 2013, and then QT was, QT started. Well, they kind of paused QT in 2017, and then the Fed, we had this little decent Altseason in 2017, and obviously the Fed started QT again, and then we went back into a bear market. So now the opposite is happening, where the Fed is obviously taking off their balance sheet, but soon they're going to pause, which means they, this blue line is just going to be in a straight line, which ultimately gives altcoins a reason to pump, which ultimately is good for us because we are all altcoin investors. At the same time, M2 money supply is also going up. What you see is if the dollar starts going down, global money supply starts shooting back up, which, Bitcoin is like 70, 75, 80% correlated to global money supply. So when you see global money supply going up, it's only a matter of time, weeks away. The Bitcoin is also going to start shooting back up. Now we've had some FUD recently with Bybit. Bybit obviously got hacked, like 1.2 billion ETH got drained from the wallet. And this is just like, this is just icing on the top, pretty much. We've already had a lot of FUD, and now what seemed to happen is there's just more and more FUD coming out. So that's something to consider as well. Normally I think we are getting close to the bottom, but at the same time, no one should be bulk buying at the moment. I think everyone should just DCA slowly, just because sentiment is at all-time lows, and when you have sentiment this low, oftentimes the market could just be consolidating for like a decent period of time. So happy to see you, King. What do you think about Munity and Forex down? Thinking about to sell OTK and Munity and buy AI taking real. I don't think you should sell anything at a loss. I think everything at the moment is taking a massive hit, And that's mainly because, you guys can see for yourself, altcoins took a massive stumble. And, at the moment, the market is only pricing in one rate cut at the end of the year. But I think they are going to, cut rates a lot more than the market thinks. And the reason is because the only way the Fed, well, that's the only way Trump could actually save the US economy is if they cut rates. And the reason is because they need to weaken the dollar. Because if they don't weaken the dollar, then no one's going to go buy their bonds. Because at the moment, their bonds are near all-time highs. No one's buying the bonds. That's why the percentage keeps going up. At one point, it was 4.8%, meaning that no one's interested in the bond market. No one's buying US debt. So the only solution they have is to weaken the dollar and make people buy the bonds because people want yield. And if they can't get yield with the dollar's going down, they're most likely going to go to the bond market and secure their 4.4%, whatever it is, 10-year bonds. Or you could be the 2 years as well. Let me have a look at the 2 years, 4%. So the bond market, people did lock in the yield at 5%. Now it's come down. It came down, rallied back up. It's very likely it could most likely come back down again if the dollar continues to weaken, which is a good sign. Now, what you're getting at the moment is you're getting a lot of altcoins, that's at massive discounts. They're like bear market discounts, more or less. And that's because, retail has more or less been shaken out. So, at this current stage, I don't recommend people selling anything. Especially if you're Forex down. Look, Munity is something that I did say is degen because you don't notice something is degen until the dump happens. When you see a dump, you start to realize that yes, some of these coins were degen. And Munity was one of those that I told you guys to make sure it's a small percentage of the port. I think I don't think that's wise. I don't really think that's wise because AI tech at the moment is that I think is at major support now. It could go slightly lower, but AI tech has been hit just like everything else. And selling at a loss to go buy, you're selling the bottom to go buy another coin is not really the smartest thing to do, in my opinion. Munity, I hope, is a small percentage. Alt is doing just fine. I mean, if you guys have seen what Alt is doing, outside of the price action, which most price actions have been terrible. If you look at the development for this project, it's been pretty good in my opinion. They've got a hackathon that they are funding. So ultimately, what they're doing is they're basically influencing people to build on the layer one, and they're giving out incentives, which is over 100K in prices. So the more people that build on them, they get access to OpenAI because they got the Microsoft access. They get access to the technology. They've also partnered with Ionet and a few other companies in the I think it was the Hong Kong hackathon. So they've partnered with some big companies over here. You guys can see that's not this guy. That's the CEO of Aether. That's the CEO of Ion. I don't know who these guys are, but these guys are partnering with some big companies, which is quite sweet. So you got Google Cloud, you got Ionet, you got Aether, which is I'm sure all you guys know about these companies. So these guys have ultimately partnered with all these companies to I don't know what they're doing. They're doing a specific thing, and all tech is at the front of this. So there was another validator unlock for Auth. I think that's probably what caused a small dump. But this is the final validator unlock, so there won't be any more after this. So it's very unlikely you'll see dumps on Auth in the future. I spoke to the team. The team said that was the final validator unlock, and there won't be any more after this. So I don't really see wise to sell anything at the moment, especially when you're at a loss. Pretty good to see you, my friend. Most boring market ever. This market is just terrible, bro. And you're going to get periods like this, even in the bull run. We had the exact same thing in the previous cycle. Back in the January 2022-ish, well, 2021, sorry, we had Bitcoin go down like 50%, I think it was. And everyone panicked and said it was the end. And guess what? If you look at this dump from here to here, it was a pretty sizable dump back in January. Let's just have a look at how much that is. 1 second. price range from the top to down here. We had a 30% dump in Bitcoin, and that obviously wrecked a lot of the altcoins. Everyone thought it was over, and we just ended up rallying back up. So, but this cycle is a bit slower than the previous cycles, and the reason is because it's a business cycle. We got news every other week, and every single news affects the market, and that's because we got a lot of TradFi investors now, and they come in. These guys are traders. They don't see the value of Bitcoin like we see the value of Bitcoin. When some bad news comes out, you're going to see some selling pressure from them. That's all it is. But there's a lot more manipulation happening now. I think a lot of people are waiting to accumulate BTC below 100k, and then we're going to see the final phase where we don't know where it could go. It could go to 150, 140, 130. My guess is around these regions. I don't really see it going to the 200s. It's possible, but it's not realistic. Like if you see Bitcoin at 130 to 150, you guys should aim to take profits there. But dominance is slowly coming back down again. Whenever the market gets boring and Bitcoin is stalling, you see Ethereum holding up fairly well compared to Bitcoin. And the main reason is because Bybit is buying $1 billion, worth of Ethereum. Can we at least expect? I don't know about bull run, my friend, but I think we will see a relief rally at some point in the next couple of months. I think sentiment is at all-time low. So if you go on greed, and if you go on this, you guys can see that crypto markets at the moment is in 38% fear. So we're damn near close to extreme fear. But this is how the market works. You're going to get periods of time where the market is going to be extremely greedy. Everyone's calling for new all-time highs, and then you're going to get a period of time where the market, everyone's fearful, and everyone's calling for the end of the cycle. That's all it is. But are we the end of the cycle? I don't think so. I think we got I think we need to, in order for this will be the first time in history where retail investors get it right and institutional investors get it wrong, because institutions are still buying. If you look at all the ETFs continue to climb, or they're holding steady, while all the retail investors are selling. So I think we will get a Bitcoin reserve at some point. But I think, before that happens, I think a lot of people will get shaken out. And if you can survive that period, it could be the next couple of weeks, could be a month from now, then ultimately you will walk away with a lot of money. Because when the market flips bullish, all of these coins rally. All of our coins rally. We've already seen it ourselves. Steve, good to see you, my friend. I'm all right now. I feel okay. I had some COVID, and it took me out for like the whole week, bro. Ross, good to see you, my friend. I'm feeling better now, yeah. Bull market is dead, nothing's happening. It's fucking crazy, bro. Market's so boring right now. Yo, that's funny. I don't think QE will start now. QE, we don't need QE. People oftentimes call for QE, but in reality, you don't really want QE, because in order for QE to happen, you need a lot of things to go wrong. For the Fed to cut all the way down to zero interest rates and start QE, you would need a lot of shit show to happen. And you're not gonna. I don't really think we need QE. All we need is the end to QT, because once the Fed stops taking assets off their balance sheet, then they look to expand. Because what Trump is trying to do ultimately is he's trying to create a lot of something called credit creation, which normally happens from the private sector. So when you derelegate the banks can start doing stuff, start printing money or giving money out to the private sector. The private sector can obviously can start injecting more, just boosting the economy. And when you have Trump at one side with Doge trying to reduce government spending, you need to also create enough from the credit creation in order to tackle the money that's being taken out by Doge from the government side. Otherwise, you get a collapse in GDP. So it's going to be interesting. If it does go down and it turns into a shit show, then ultimately we will get QE. That's what will happen, because the Fed will come to the rescue. Otherwise, it's going to be, a default on the debt and a recession. And I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to continue to, to print the money. And we're also going to have an increase in the debt ceiling, which means they can start printing more money, which is quite good. And then we have some other thing called TGA, which is happening right now, which is the general account, which I think is almost $1 trillion that's going to be injected into the markets. It will happen over the next couple of weeks. So, you are going to see some little pumps here and there in the markets. And, when Bitcoin pumps, everything kind of moves with Bitcoin. How do you like SAO, and do you think quantum computing could be a narrative? I think quantum computings are, I do think they are, I think they're becoming more relevant than they were, like a year ago. But I don't think it will be a full-on narrative. No, I don't think so. I think, Google made some quantum chips, but are they good enough for us to be worried about? I don't think so. Unless a lot of people have quantum computers at home, which I don't see happening for the next 10 to 20 years, I don't really think quantum is going to be a strong narrative. I think if you're going to get any quantum computing coin, you'd have to just get quants. Just get quants. This is probably the best one in my eyes in terms of the quantum compute narrative. These guys are partnering with IBM and some other big companies. So if you are going to get any of them, I would suggest this one right here. OTK or constantly going down, I think, is a good investment. I don't think the whole market keeps going down, my friend. It's not just those specific coins. This is why I don't like this is why I don't like live streaming sometimes. You get idiots like this, bro. They think that only specific coins are going down, but in reality, the whole market is going down. So when you say something's going down because it's not a good investment, then you're just stupid, because the whole market is going down. It's not just those specific coins. If anything, OTK is holding better than a lot of other gaming projects. It's not doing that bad compared to, if you look at some of the other gaming projects, trust me, OTK is holding a little bit better than the majority of the other ones. Altseason Eat Gift. Do I think Maniki could get to 1 billion market cap? I don't really know, but Maniki is just a meme coin. Like, the problem with these meme coins are, and I did say with the meme coins, make sure it's like 1% or lower. And the reason is because it's like you have a supply problem where you see there's like 10,000 meme coins that get launched every day. Unless, I still think Maniki will survive, and I still think it'll pump. But you've seen a lot of meme coins that everyone thought was going to go to the billions and the tens of billions. The most of them are just slowly dying. One of them, is GigaChed. This is one that, Murad was the most bullish on, and even this has taken a hit. So when you look at, that's a sizable hit, but that's a majority of the market right now. So you can't, I can't really pick on these meme coins. The whole market has dumped at least this much from the all-time highs. At least, I think most of them have dumped like 70-80% from the all-time highs. Some of them a bit more. Julian, good to see you, bro. Tired to buy memes. Go. I'm bullish on everything, bro. Like, you guys don't look at price action, because if you're one of those idiots that look at price action in this current market condition, then you're going to start thinking everything is a scam. Everything. Because if you go from January, to now, and you look at the charts of 99% of altcoins, most of them look the same. They're all dumped. So if you're one of those people that start calling a project a scam because of price action, then you're going to start calling the entire space a scam. As long as your projects are still working and developing, that's the only thing that matters. And Sensay is still working and they're still developing. They just attended all three, I think it's like hackathons or whatever the fuck it is. Those places where a lot of projects go. They just went to Qatar, they went to Denver, and that's the one that Alt is at as well. And they went to Hong Kong as well. So they are still working. They're still, they're still marketing themselves. They are still forming new partnerships. I don't know if you guys went to the town hall, but they've got a brand new website. They've got a clear roadmap. The roadmap's very, very bullish. So ultimately, Sensay, I'm still very bullish on Sensay. They're still developing. That's as long as your projects are developing, that's all that matters, because price action is only temporary. Everything is down at the moment. Don't start thinking the project's a scam because the price action is down. If you have that mentality, you're never ever going to make it as an investor, especially in the crypto space, because everything is down now. If you're buying at stupid prices, then yes, you are going to start thinking it's a scam. But I'm still up on Sensay, and when it goes back down, if it goes back down to my levels, I will be buying more, because the project is still developing. If your project stop developing and they're posting bullshit, then yes, you can say, that project is a scam. There's a lot of projects that's rug pulling now. If your project still survives after the 80% dump and they're still developing, then that's a good sign that they will continue to pump when the market gets bullish again. So, Eddie, good to see you, my friend. No whining about your... Fear and greed is just okay, just around 50%. Something can go much lower. Fear and greed is not at 50%, it's at 38% fear. I just showed you. You are good to see you, my friend. Sensei is always building. I'll keep buying. Yeah, I'm going to probably buy another like 4 million maybe. I'm going to keep buying more Sensei as well. All the coins are constantly going down and you guys are buying this crazy suicide. Bro, who's this guy, bro? Just ban this guy out of my chat, fam. Why is this retard here? Well, if you're not gonna buy no altcoins while they're going down, what are you gonna buy it when it's going up? This is the problem with. This is why a lot of people don't make money in crypto. They start shit in the bed when everything goes down. Like everything's going down. If anything, Sensei held the level for a decent amount of time. Obviously, it was going to come down because it was just in this consistent downtrend. But this is, you buy when everything goes down. You don't buy when everything starts going back up. This is what a lot of people do. They obviously they know that they can't time the bottom. No one can time the bottom. So you DCA, right? And then one bullish news comes out, and then this drop over here can just get cancelled out by 40% pump. That's all it is. So people don't look at log X today. It was down, is down, is down. I'll show you a prime example, right? It was down, is down, and then boom, you just get one massive green candle, and then it just took out like a whole month's downtrend. That's all. If you DCA, when the market pumps like this and you have these massive green candles like with log X today, guess what? The entire month's downtrend just gets cancelled out in one pump. This is what people don't realize with altcoins, especially lower caps. It doesn't need a lot of money to pump. Like if Sensei could come out with a new partnership or with something, an exchange listing or something, and all the red candles can just get wiped out in one green candle. This is why you DCA. You don't wait to the market to get bullish again and start buying. You buy when everything's red. Now, do I think I think the market is close to getting to bottoming out. We might have another drop possible, but it's not going to keep going down forever. Nothing can go down forever unless it was rock pool. Does it? Yeah, just get your averages lower. This is the best time to bring your averages lower, because you guys all witnessed it. When the market got bullish, everything pumped aggressively. So when the market gets bullish again, the exact same thing is going to happen again, because you as long as only if your projects are still building, which in our case it is. Look, I'm bullish on all the projects, man. Like I'm going to keep buying more Sensei when it comes to a level that I like. I'm not going to sell my Sensei now after when it's like near the all-time lows. It doesn't make sense. I'm still bullish on it. Everything has come down. These low caps, when you play the low cap game, it can go up really fast. It can also come down just as fast. You have to accept that. Look at Virtuals. Virtuals is the best asset in this narrative, and even Virtuals is back down. Look how much Virtuals is down. If Virtuals is down this much, I expect Sensei to be down here. That's what I expect. So you have to look at the broader picture. When you see the biggest coin in that narrative down, God knows how much that is, from $4 all the way down to like $1, damn near. It went below $1 actually. Then obviously you're going to see the lower caps go down way more than the high cap. That's all it is. And this is all in the same now. Look at Griffin. Griffin is another project that everyone was bullish on before. It's down. to what? It was almost $1 billion in market cap. 600 million back down to 57 million. So, when you start seeing the top of the top come down this much, of course you're going to see, the likes of Sensay and some of these lower caps to come down as much as well. So all it is, these were the most bullish in the AI narrative. AI has taken a stumble, and the reason is because of DeepSeek. DeepSeek kind of killed off AI for the short term. Now, do I think AI market is dead? I don't think it is. I think Google's investing another 40 billion in AI this year, sorry. So is Microsoft, so is Nvidia. They're all still investing and developing AI. So it's not like AI market is dead. It's just that it took a little stumble due to DeepSeek. When DeepSeek was so cheap and people realized that some of these bigger companies are a little bit overvalued, and that's why you've seen Nvidia take a decent dump. And when Nvidia takes a dump, so does the AI altcoin market. Market is shit at the moment. What's your? I don't think Supra is a bad project. I think when you look at layer ones, it's not a bad project. You do have to keep in mind that when the market is dead, unlocks do matter, and I'm not too sure on how bad the unlocks are, but it's at major support. If it can hold this region, then it'll be a good time to buy it. If not, then if it goes lower, then it could continue to go lower. But I don't think it's a bad time to maybe DCA into Supra for the grand scheme of things. But I don't know how. I haven't looked into the vesting schedule, and I can't find the vesting schedule. Let me have a see if I can find it on Chainbroker. Because it's a new project, I can't find the vesting on I think it's this, isn't it? Supra oracles. So public sale is damn near public sale, to be honest. Market cap 76. Yeah, it is this one. Hold on, let's just have a look at the vesting schedule. So let's say by the end of 2025, 300. Let's say by November, 1.5 billion is currently. So it's about just over 2x dilution. So there is still some decent dilution to come into play. 1 year cliff, then 5% monthly. I would wait for these guys to be sold off, because you have 5%, 20%, 10% TGE, and then they get 5% monthly. So maybe wait for these guys to be unlocked, and then I would buy in. So there's an unlock on the 27th of each month. So there's going to be an unlock, in literally 4 days, which could potentially bring the price down a bit more. So you have, so you got the unlock, you got strategic, private, airdrops, private round 2, ecosystem, public, strategic again. So you do have some decent unlocks, probably like a couple million max, I would say. Yeah, probably around 2 to 3 million. It's not a lot. The volume is pretty good as well. But I would wait, if you want to maybe grab an initial bag, buy after February the 12th. That's what I would do, my friend, because there's an unlock on that day. It's better than layer 1 Tectum, and I'll perform it. What do I think? Do you think Quai network is better layer 1 than Tectum will outperform it? It's hard to say, because at the moment, the layer 1's market is pretty much dead. Quai is pumped today, at least. It's pumped. It's a brand new project. I think Quai overall is pretty good, from my memory. This is a project that a lot of people have been waiting on for it to launch. Now, I personally do not like to buy any coin off launch. And the reason is mainly because of the dilution. Every single brand new coin that comes out, they pump off launch, and then later down the line, they just fade and they dump. So I don't recommend you buying this anytime soon. And the reason is because they will pump. And I'll give you a prime example. Look at Peak. Peak was one of the most anticipated layer 1s. It came out, it had a nice pump, had a nice rally, correction, pumped, and then guess what? It just came all the way back down. It went as low as, I think, 10 cents or some shit. But obviously, that's like on next year. It won't show on here. So in reality, when these new projects launch, you don't want to be buying them off launch unless it's for a trade. So Quai Network at the moment is up 65%. I don't recommend you buying it because maybe in a month's time, I guarantee you it will probably come down like this. Another good one is Mantra. Everyone was bullish on not Mantra, Mantor. Mantor, is it Mantor? I think it was this one, isn't it? Everyone was bullish on this. Was it Mantor? Was it what was that layer 2 to Ethereum? I forgot the name. Oh, Manta, that's the one. Yeah, so this was another one, right? Everyone was bullish. It came out, obviously, it rallied up. Everyone rallied up. Everyone got bullish on it, and then look at it now. This is what happens to a lot of new projects. They come out, they're very bullish. People buy them, they pump. They get a lot of people to shield them, and then you just see a sell-off. Especially when you go into like a bear market type of market that we're in now. That's all it is. So I don't recommend you buying anything off launch. Now, if you look at layer ones, there's quite a few decent layer ones now. My favorite one is C. I think C will do very well. This is one that, I always, when it comes to layer ones, I tell people to buy this one. And the reason is because, the TVL is growing. And, if you compare it to the other, like Sui and those other ones, I think it's highly undervalued. Is a prime example of a project. I think Trump purchased this recently as well. So this is a good safe layer one, maybe for like a 5-10x, maybe 12x or something along those lines. This will definitely do. So this is a good safe layer one. If you want a good layer one, I think C is a good one for upside and for safety net. Sin, good to see you, my friend. Very invested. I'm very highly invested in. I think those are very healthy. Yes, I think C, very good project. Arweave, very good project. Peak is good. Alt is solid. I think that's an overall good, safe portfolio. You have, 3 high caps. Well, I would say 2 high caps. Peak is like a low cap, mid cap, and then you have Alt as a good low cap. So I think yeah. I don't really think selling may go away. Will happen. It doesn't happen every cycle. Like it happens, during the bear market, but it doesn't happen all the time. Like we had 2022 summer, we rallied. That was supposed to be selling may go away as well. So let's see what happens. I think QT will end in the next couple, like I would say the next 3 months. So we could just rally throughout summer into Q4, Q3, Q4. It's possible, and then we can go into the mania phase, and everyone will start expecting higher prices, and then we get caught out with some sort of recession or whatever happens. It's very likely that we will get some sort. We haven't reached peak Europia, what the fuck is called. We haven't reached the peak mania phase at the moment. We haven't got there yet. We got there back in 2023, early 2024, but since then we haven't had that peak mania phase where everyone got caught out and everyone lost their money. We haven't had that yet. We had it for like a couple of days, like a week or some shit with the AI agents. But when you talk about the whole market, we haven't had that since 2023, 2024. So, and Bitcoin continues to go higher. But, in order to see the sentiment shift from Bitcoin to altcoins to Ethereum, we need an end to QT, which is happening. So all you guys have to do now is just survive a couple of months of shit price action or dead markets. And then, maybe then after that, you'll make some decent money by the end of the year. That's all it is. I think the whole market is expecting normal rate cuts, which is why the altcoins have struggled as much as they have, because they rely on the rate cuts. So the market is not expecting no more cuts, but I think Trump needs a weaker dollar. I think America needs a weaker dollar, and a quick way to kill the dollar is by cutting the rates. And I think they will get inflation under control. I think a lot of people are, scared about inflation. That's why gold continues to break out. And I told you guys many, many times, when you see gold break out, it means that, institutional investors are risk off. The risk off. That means they don't want to take the risk and they want to go into the safe haven of gold, and that's why gold is almost at 3K. And you see, the dollar come down, and you see in Bitcoin come down as well. But yeah. Bro, what's this guy talking about? All your picks have done very poorly. Crypto GB truly blaming the market. Boy, are you retarded or something? Name a coin that's been doing well. I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about. Every coin. It depends when you bought though. If you bought Sensay when I told you to buy Sensay, you would not be at loss. Same thing with ATR. Same thing with Bricken. Same thing with a majority of these coins. There's always going to be a few coins that drop, of course. That's part of the market. When you see bad price action, when you say the whole market is down, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The entire market is down. What do you want my coins to be the golden ticket and just pump continuously? It doesn't work like that, bro. Everything is down from the all-time highs. Even Bitcoin is down from the all-time highs. Look at Ethereum. Look how much Ethereum has come down, and you expect the altcoins to perform well. Like, you're retarded, bro. You have to be retarded if you think when you see Ethereum down 50% from the all-time highs, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to the low caps? When you come invest into the low cap market, my friend, you have to be able to understand that they can go up just as fast and they can come down just as fast. Clearly, you're just too stupid to understand that. What do I think about this? I think we'll pump again at some point this year, 100%. Just my two Satoshis. Good to see you, my friend. Saakuru or Tevaera? What's Tevaera? I've never heard of Tevaera. Just look at C, bro. C is damn near, is almost back down to the previous lows back in November, October, just like everything else. Tevaera. I've never heard of this project, but let's have a look into it. It's on base. The volume is not the best. Redefining gaming experience, the new era of every gaming with protocol on base. Engage with multi-genre gaming platform. Soul bounds utility. Okay, so to be honest, it doesn't even look that bad. Gasless, seamless. This is quite similar to SKI, right? Featured games, so they do have some decent games. Let's have a look at their games. So they have games of their own, Web 2 and Web 3. To be honest, they're quite similar market caps. I think SKR is actually slightly lower. It doesn't even look that bad. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if you went with either one. I just like SKR more because it's a layer 1 and a layer 2. So that's why I like this one a bit more. But they're all DGen coins. They're all DGen coins. It's up to you which one you want to. If you want to take a risk and you want a bit more gains, I'll probably go with SKR because SKR's website looks a lot more engaging and they have more buzzwords. They got like bigger partners. They got Hashkey Capital. They got Republic Realm. They just have a bit more buzzwords around them. And it's also on base as well. So both of them are on base. It all depends on how much risk you want to take. I think SKR will probably outperform that other project just because it has more volume as well. And it's on base and it has a little bit more, exchanges. Let me see what exchanges it's on. Oh, it's on crypto.com as well. Damn. And KuCoin as well. Okay. I think this one's a pretty decent project as well, to be honest. Both of them look pretty good. Maybe just do like 50-50 in both. Diddler, good to see you, bro. That's a Didda, not Diddler. My sister has a crystal ball. If we go below 93k, dip to 85. BTC top 160 end of 2025. I think if we lose the 394k, I think we could potentially go down to the 89, maybe a wick down to 85, maybe possible. But I think it would only be a wick, and I think we'll just probably rally back up, more like a V-shaped recovery. I think there's a lot of demand for BTC. It's slowing down now just because, but it's like people don't realize the longer BTC stays in this range, the better it is anyways, because the next move will be just as explosive. As long as we don't go below, this level right here, I think we'll be fine. That's it's just that if BTC can hold this level, this 89k, maybe even the 90k level, then we'll be fine. But like I said, there's a little bit of support over here as well at 88k. As long as we don't go below 89k, we should be fine. As long as we don't close, we can always wick below it. It doesn't really count, but we have to close below it. Like for example, this would be the worst case scenario where Bitcoin comes down here, and let's say it goes to like 86k, and then it rallies from. What the fuck did you do this? Let's say it goes down here, and then it goes back to the 90k region and gets rejected from here, and then we come down here. Then I would say we could go down to the 70s, the 80s. That would be the worst case scenario. I think the best case scenario would be obviously we come here and then we just rally back up like a V-shaped recovery. That would be the best scenario. But let's see how it plays out, because at the moment we're just chilling in this region. Now Bitcoin is kind of like it's in a little bit of a downtrend, but it could always just flip. Bitcoin can always just flip randomly, bro. It's like everyone doesn't believe in Bitcoin, and then it just surprises everyone. For example, everyone here thought the market is over, especially down here in August. Everyone thought the market is dead. Boom, then we rally back up. Same thing over here. When we had the FTX bullshit, FTX happened, we rallied. Over here, this was before the ETFs. Where Coinbase and Binance got hit with a SEC notice. We was going to rally back up. We came back down. Everyone said we're going to come back down to the lows. And then we just rallied back up because the ETFs got accepted. And the Binance and Coinbase thing was just a nothing burger. Just like the Bybit thing today is a nothing burger. That guy can't really sell because everything he does will be tracked. Unless he, I don't know, launches some stupid meme coins, which is what he's doing at the moment. He's paying people to launch meme coins for him, which is crazy. The Lazarus group. Bitcoin at the moment is in a downtrend, so we could potentially see a little bit more downside. It depends though. There's no more data coming out. Not anything important, I would say, for the next couple of days, for the next week at least. So the market could just chill. Like it just doesn't need to do anything. Durable growth month-over-month, GDP growth. So we got GDP, which is supposedly supposed to come in low actually. But let's see how that comes in. That could be something that could shake up the market a bit. But at the moment, like I said, everyone is kind of going for safety. That's why gold continues to break higher. No one wants to be risk on. The VIX rallied back up as well slightly. If you start seeing the VIX, around 22 to 30, then you should buy for like a short-term trade. Because every time the VIX goes up here, everyone gets the longs on, meaning that everyone's willing to buy. That's what's happening right now. So, if you see a sharp increase in the VIX, then it's a good time to do like a short-term trade. You predicted a crash in Jan. Yeah, you told people to be 90% in the markets. Why not? I predicted a crash, but I didn't expect the crash to be this massive, my friend. Like, I did not think we're ever going to see Sensay down to these prices again. So, and the thing is, like, I could say something, but does that mean I can actually predict the markets? I can't actually predict the markets, my friend. I can get some things right and I can get some things wrong. For example, I did not think we were ever going to crash this much. I didn't. I expected a crash in December and maybe in Jan, but I did not expect the markets to crash this hard. Yes, in hindsight, it would have been smart to maybe be like 50% in the markets or whatever. But like I said, no one can predict the markets. I don't think a single person on this earth thought the altcoins were going to crash this much. I don't think anyone did. So, it's easy to say in hindsight what we should have done. But, 2-3 months ago, when the market was bullish, did you ever think we were going to be at this point in the market? You didn't. I'm not a fucking robot. I'm not an oracle. I can't predict everything to the T. That's why I said be mostly in the markets. It's like, bro, if anything, I told people to always have cash on the side because the market can always surprise you. That's what I've learned over the years. And guess what? The market surprised us. So, it's hard. It's easy to say in hindsight, but like a month, 2 months ago, no one would have thought we were ever going to come down this low. So, I don't really like doing that. I don't understand why people do it. Like talk in hindsight. In hindsight, everyone knows what to do. It's about doing it before that move happens. That's how you become a real, genius in the markets. It's hard. So yeah, I get what you're saying, my friend. But like you're speaking in hindsight. It doesn't work like that. Could this be like 2017 where BTC does 120 odds, doesn't do nothing December, January? I think if you zoom out and you look at BTC's chart, BTC is doing what is always done at this stage in the market. Now, the thing is, altcoins are not doing what it was supposed to do at this stage in the market. They've dropped way more than most people anticipated. And, this is why sentiment is so bad at the moment. It's not because of BTC. BTC is just chilling. It's come down slightly from the highs, but it doesn't matter. Is what altcoins are doing is causing the sentiment in the entire crypto market. Nothing else. So, in reality, but I would just wait till QT ends because I think that's when the sentiment will fully shift. I think at the moment everyone's just kind of mad at the moment. You see, it's very obvious that if you invested into altcoins, you are mad. That's why you should have safety nets. That's why you should have, like if you're 100% in strictly altcoins, you're gonna feel the pain the most. You should always have safety nets and risk tolerance. That's why I say don't overinvest into low caps because when they go down, you have to be able to, stomach 50% drops, 60% drops in your alts because they're degen. That's what happens. I don't get why people come into the altcoin market, the low caps, and think is going to hold up like BTC. It's not. When you see Ethereum dropping 50%, what the fuck do you think is going to happen to your altcoins? They're going to get fucking raped. Try to sell all on Pancake. Yeah, like I told you many times, bro. Don't buy all on any dexes. Only buy it on the mainnet. If you buy on the dexes, you're gonna get fucked on because there's no liquidity on the dexes at the moment. Similar to Snift. Snift doesn't. Bro, Snift is on multiple exchanges. I don't know why. Bro, you gotta be stupid, bro. Like this is how. I don't know if you're stupid or not, my friend, but Snift has no dex, so I don't know what scam you're buying. But this is not on a dex. It's the only thing is on PancakeSwap, and I'm pretty sure the liquidity is dead. There's like 4 exchanges you can buy on Bitmart, BitGet, Mexi, and there's plenty of volume going around for you to buy or sell. Like if you see something that has bad liquidity, or on the DEX, don't trade on the DEX. And if you can't have access to on the exchanges, don't buy the coin at all, because when it comes time to sell, then these price impacts are gonna fucking rape you. Just buy it on the exchange. I don't understand. Like, how do you not have access to the tier 3 exchanges? At least one of them. I'm clueless about the exit because this year bull run was very fragile and nobody can guess believe, which is very scary. Yeah, because listen, you can't compare this cycle to previous cycles. It's impossible. Just, the best thing to do is when we do pump next time, take some fucking profits. That's what you guys should do. I'm not going to tell you when to take profits. Fuck that. You guys have to do that on your own accords. I'm not going to come on YouTube and tell you when to take profits. That's something you guys have to do on your own. Everyone has different goals. Like, for example, if I tell someone to take profits too early, they can't blame me. And if I don't tell people to do something, they can't blame me anyways. Stupid. But you guys are your own investments. Like, you guys, it's like people come here and complain when the market's down, but then when the market was up, none of you guys were complaining. So I don't know why you're complaining now. So this is a bunch of retards, bro. Like, retards have no self accountability. They'll always blame someone. They'll be like, "Oh, this project went down. It's your fault. I bought into it because of you." It's like, bro, you're retarded or something. I told you to do your own research before you buy, so you have the conviction. Because there's a chance when they go down minus 50%, if you don't have that conviction, you're gonna call it a scam. I've said this multiple streams, and that's what a few retards are doing now. Don't buy something if you don't have the conviction. With the reduction of AI, is it possible for 30x? I think AI tech is doing pretty good work. I do think maybe like a 20x, 15x is possible. I wouldn't wait for the 30x or the 50x's anymore because sentiment at the moment is dead. Is going to take quite a lot, but there's some good developments. They've got a brand new website. They've got new marketplaces. They have the AI. They have the AI agents. Overall, these guys are continuing to work. The only thing you guys should focus on at the moment, don't look at price action, because price action, if you look at only price action, then everything's a scam at the moment. Literally everything. Everything's down to shits. And it could drop more. No one can predict the markets, like I said. But don't look at price action, look at developments. Because if the project's still there developing, it means they're still there. And when the market gets bullish again, they're gonna be reversing in price. So all it is, you're going to see a lot of rug pulls, and if your projects don't rug pull, you should be very happy. Yes, bro, there's a lot of people new to crypto. A lot of people came in because maybe Trump, was talking about crypto. Bro, these guys don't have nothing. Like, they come in, they watch a YouTuber, they buy the coin, and then when it goes up, they don't know what to do. They just think it's going to keep going up forever. And then when it goes down, they start calling the project a scam. Clearly, you guys don't understand. Some of you guys don't understand how the market works. Like, just focus on the projects. Just look at your projects. Go look at the Twitter. See what they're doing. Are they developing? Are they going to events? Are they, making the team bigger? Are they getting more developers? Because that shows that they're a legit project, a legit business that's actually here for the long run. This is what you should look for. If your projects are still developing and they're doing all the stuff that they need to be done, price action will always catch up when the market gets bullish. You cannot just expect a random coin. Yes, they will pump 20-30%, but is it sustainable? It's not. Until QT ends, none of these pumps are going to be sustainable. But at least now we know that QT will end at some point in the next couple of months, meaning that if you can just survive the next couple of months, the market is going to flip bullish again. Nothing goes down forever and nothing goes up forever. At the moment, we've seen a lot of stuff go down, but it won't go down forever. Eventually, it'll bottom out. You don't buy charts, you don't buy it up here. You buy down here. This is how you make money on good projects. If you bought a coin up here, of course, you're going to call it a scam when it's down here. If you bought a coin down here, you're not going to call it a scam when it's over here, are you? This is how it works. A lot of people buy up here, they buy up here, and then when it goes down here, they start calling the project a scam. But you just don't understand how crypto works. There's unlocks that happen every single day. One of the main reasons AI tech has been struggling is because of the unlocks, which stops in literally like 5, 6 days, 7 days. It goes down from 180k daily unlocks down to 30k. the 30K will get absorbed like it's nothing because there's 5K trading volume across all the exchanges. So when those guys want to sell, they can sell easily. But the buying pressure now is going to outweigh the selling pressure. That's what you should look for. There's fundamentals in crypto that you have to understand before you invest, especially when you invest into low caps. If you're one of those people that can't stomach drops like this, then just go but fucking buy BTC and ETH. There's a level of risk that you have to take when you invested into low caps. Yes, you can make a lot of money in a short period of time, just like we did in January. I mean, in December and November times. You can also go down just as much, just as quick. It's that simple, bro. And another thing is, don't ever bulk buy. Just DCA like £50, $50, $60, $70, $100 slowly till you see some heavy price action. Then you buy heavy. That's what you do. You don't DCA bulk buys over here because you don't know when the bottom's going to be on some of these coins. They could just continue to go down, especially when they're low caps. James, good to see you, my friend. I think it's better that you're caught up during these markets. But look into DCA, into Nuly and Props. If you had to choose one out of the two, which one would it be? Yeah, I like both of those. These are the ones that I've been buying myself. You know, Nuclei, they're still developing. They got some big stuff coming very soon, according to the CEO. And you know, they there's no unlocks till November, so there's no one really to dump on you. And you look at the chart, you know, when the market flipped bullish, so did this. It pumped pretty nicely. If you got in around here, you would have got like a 7x, 6-7x. It's come back down to the same regions now, you know, so pretty decent areas to DCA. Is pretty much at the bottom of the bottom. Same thing with Propbase. Propbase continues to work. It actually had a very aggressive pump a few days ago. And this is what I mean. As long as your projects are developing, price action will catch up. And this had a very aggressive pump from down here to over here. It won't show on here, but on Mexi, it pumped to like 5 cents. Almost, I think it was like 5.2 or some shit. So it pumped pretty aggressively because of the Apex marketplace. And this is what I mean. Price action is only temporary as long as the project is developing. And these guys are non-stop developing. Trading utilities, you know, gives you the power to sell your tokens. So they've just released a new marketplace. They're going to keep, you know, they're going to release a new property. They're bridging over to Ethereum. So, you know, these guys are developing and they're still getting more properties. They're going to expand to the Ethereum chain. They're already on Base. They're already on Aptos. Now they're going to be on Ethereum. So people can't really complain. And, you know, the everything else will slowly come. But this is, you know, this is the free marketplace, which is pretty decent because you have different utilities for different whatever these are. So you have the Apex, buy tokenized real estate, buy property tokens, stake, you know, props token, and passive income. I think overall Propbase, you know, is a very good project. So it's all up to you which one you want to buy, but I'll just DCA both. Thoughts on MyShell? I think is a fundamental one of the best AI agent coins. MyShell, I've heard of that project. It looks pretty decent. I'm pretty sure it has the Binance Lab backend. I would have to check the vesting schedule, but yeah, MyShell is building an AI consumer layer that connects users, creators, and open source AI researchers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one that's backed by Binance Labs, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. This looks pretty decent, my friend. Pretty decent. It does. It does look pretty good. But there's literally photos of the data center, man. Just shut up. I don't, like, why do you make stupid comments, bro? Just go. There's the clear evidence. They even showed evidence of what they bought for the data center and the purchases. So it's not just, you know. Bro, why? Bro, someone banned this retard, bro. Why am I even giving this guy the time of time, bro? Jake Stainer, bro. You just sound like a dickhead. What the fuck? Buy high, sell low. Yeah, that's the classic brokey mentality, bro. Buy high. Don't buy when everything's down. Buy when everything goes up, and then cry later when everything goes back down. Like some people are just not made to make money in crypto, bro. This Jake guy is one of them. All the complainers. If you're complaining now when it's the best time to buy, then you're basically a failure, bro. You're not gonna make no money in this space. Just go invest into stocks or something, bro. But some of these guys just don't belong in the crypto space. I don't understand why they keep I don't know why would you invest into crypto if you don't understand how it works? It doesn't make sense. You're just bound to lose money. Probably, maybe. It depends. It depends. If we get the end of QT, I think we'll have a decent summer. This is one thing that this is why I don't really, I've only traded base day. I've never bought it long term, is because there's just no engagement. It's like, if you look at it in reality, right? In reality, at this current moment, I would say the most important thing, in the market is engagement. If your project, you as an investor know that your projects are still building, they're still communicating, you feel a bit more confident that the project's not going to rupple. But what based AI does, it doesn't do that. It just posts absolutely nothing. They haven't posted anything in over a month. What the fuck is this? No need to lose the sex appeal. Like, what the fuck even is this? Like, why would you post some bullshit? They've posted this, wherever the fuck that is. I don't even know what that is, but they don't update the investors. But if you go on the team is apparently working on stuff. But it's like, yes, the team could be working, but investors are not gonna know what the fuck they're doing if they don't post. Like, how hard is it in this current day and age where social media in crypto is the most important thing? How hard is it just to pay someone to fucking run the social media? It cannot be that hard to post something every day. Like simple developments, just post it. People, it brings some confidence into the market, into the coin. When the market gets bullish again, the chat will be full of people asking if it's too late to buy it. Well, it's a classic, man. Like you can't make this up. There's people in this crypto space that just will never make money in crypto, and you can see it. When the market gets bullish, they get overly happy and they start asking for the 150 to 100 X's. When the market gets bearish, they start calling everything a scam. This is what a lot of people do. They sell a loss, they call it a scam, and then when it goes back up, they'll be like, can I DCA this now? Can I buy this now? It just happens every time. This human psychology never changes. This is why crypto becomes easier after a certain point. What do I think about the DeFi AI narrative? I think the AI agent narrative has taken a massive hit. You can see it with virtuals. You can see some of these other coins. But I think it will be back. I think the DeepSeek thing kind of just killed off the AI hype. But AI will always grow. AI will be back, in my opinion, especially now that China and America's having an AI war. You're going to see a lot more AI development come out. So, it's only a matter of time before AI picks up again. No communication, yep. Your thoughts on WXT? Wa alaikum salam, my friend. Let's have a look at WXT. Which one? There's quite a few. Yeah, I wouldn't buy this, bro. Which one are you talking about? I don't know which one that is. Is Tet over or hold it? I mean, when you say is Tet over, Tet team is still working and developing. So I don't think it's over. Now, has it had the best price action? Definitely not. Held, rallied, and just fucking dumped ever since. I think majority layer ones kind of look like this, but this has taken a bigger hit. And the reason is just lack of communication from the team and just non-stop FUD from this project. So if it survives the FUD, when the market gets bullish and layer ones become bullish, I think it will have a decent rally. But I wouldn't sell our loss. That's one of the main reasons I'm holding this. I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend anyone buying it. But at the same time, if you hold it, I don't recommend selling at a loss. Because like I said, in the bull run, even shit pumps, even shit pumps at least 5 to 10x. So Manta, that's the one, yeah. Fuck it, I need to go down, but I'm so slow with the comments. AI agent gaming. People always forget HBAR. If you're looking for a leader in a quantum computing, check out Tevaera. This project is #1 quantum computing security. I think there's quite a few. Yeah, you're right. There's quite a few projects that's quantum resistant. But like I said, unless I don't think quantum is even a thing to worry about at the moment. Not for at least for the next 5-10 years, bro. At least not for that. I would DCA, but I would DCA slowly, my friend. I wouldn't buy heavily at the moment because I would just DCA slowly. But yes, I'm still bullish on Sensay. Like Sensay is still working, which is very good. They're still developing. They've just gone to all the. They went to Qatar. There's an event in Qatar. They went to the one in Denver. They've gone to 3-4 different events, and they're growing their team. They've just got new team members. That's what a good business does. At the end of the day, these are businesses that you invest into, and you have to look from the business perspective. A lot of these coins will survive, like all will survive forever because it's a legit business that needs the blockchain. Sensay is a legit business that needs the blockchain. So that's what I look for. I look for businesses. Natix. Natix is not too bad, but would I buy Natix now? I probably wouldn't. And Natix is one of those projects that's held up extremely well. Mainly because no one's really selling and no one's really buying. So it's just stuck at the same level. But it's a good deeping project. Just that the only thing that threw me off Natix is just that too much of the supply is held. SKR, they're just chilling. Is held up fairly well, to be honest. I think I gave this around in the VIP group. I gave it around 0.045, 5-ish, 5.5. It's barely down. But like I said, with these projects, don't put anything like small percentage. I treat these like Unity. But like I said, these guys are still developing. We've landed at the Hong Kong H consensus. So there's they still, as long as they're still building, they're doing regular AMAs. This is the one thing I like about this project. They have their Saakuru agents now, so they have their own AI agents. They're still developing. They still do regular AMAs. They keep the community up to date on what they're doing. Yo, why is both spamming? Hello. Yeah, it should be fine now. Should be alright now, bro. Let's just go over some of these comments, bro. Fuck me. Fizz, good to see you, my friend. Did you buy any peak or based AI? I have not bought any of them. I bought based AI before at like $2, $2.50, and then I sold it at like I don't know, like 5, 6s or some shit. So I just got a quick 2x and I got out. Is it worth buying Sensay? Yes, it is. I'm still accumulating Sensay. I will buy a bit more when it drops. Jason, good to see you, my friend. I have no whining by your portfolio. Hit the likes. There's always going to be a few people whining. Sent all to $5. Hopefully, bro. SWAL heavily undervalued. Is it worth bother? Exchanges are tempting. SWAL. SWAL. Let's just have a look at SWAL. Is that Moonwell? This one right here. Yeah, it's on some pretty good exchanges, to be honest. What is this project? It looks like a brand new coin. Yeah, it is a brand new coin. It's probably a DeFi coin in my eyes. Let me see. Restaking chain powered by the proof of restake. Yeah, it is a DeFi coin. No, I'm not a fan of DeFi coins, well, I'll be honest. Oh yeah, we'll definitely see another pump, bro. Definitely. Like I said, look, you guys have to think logically, right? If we don't see a pump after this, then that means the top is in. And it would be the first time in history where retail investors have got out before institutions. Like I said, institutions are holding and buying. Retail investors are selling and calling the top. And, there's going to be nothing else, blah, 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 blah. The typical retail. It would be the first time ever that has happened. So, I don't think, do you think that's likely? I don't think that's likely. So I guess we will definitely see another pump this year, my friend. Definitely. Gaming coin by Backbase Ventures, your thoughts? Yeah, we can have a look into it, my friend. I'm going to get off very quickly. So actually, I'll just look into this coin. Moonray. $1 million, $2 million in market cap. The dilution looks horrible. Epic Store, Play, PS5, Xbox, Steam. It looks like it's got a working game. It's look pretty decent overall, to be honest. Game looks decent. It's on Steam as well. It's on Epic Store, so the game's clearly out. Official game trailer. He said it's backed by Coinbase Ventures. Let me just have a look. How do we check where it's fucking backed by? Because the website looks terrible. The website is just a game, bro. Comics. Fuck the comics. Where's the... I'll have to verify this, bro. I don't know how. Let me see. How do you know it's backed by who? Doesn't look like it's by fucking Coinbase. It's building on Base. I don't think it's built by Coinbase. Backed Base builder. Maybe it is backed by Coinbase, possibly. It doesn't even look that bad, bro. You have to look at the vesting schedule first, bro. The exchange is fucking nuts, though. Oh no, that's not this one. Yeah, I wouldn't. Probably wouldn't buy this one, my friend. Yeah, how do you know it's backed by Coinbase Ventures? Thoughts on Rye? I'm not a fan of Rye. I think Rye was just a short-term trade. I don't look at it as a long-term hold. Yo, boys, hit the likes. How are we only on fucking 52 likes? That's crazy, bro. I'm not a fan of Rye now, my friend. I'm not a fan of... I need to make him... I'll make him mod after this, bro. Some fucking annoying people here, man. Sometimes better content. Andreas, good to see you, buddy. I've round tripped my bags both in March and December, less than that. If you round trip twice, that's crazy, bro. I did round trip this time, but I did not round trip in March. I called the top in March, but you gotta think though, this one in December was like a fucking... It wasn't anything though. It's like, yes, AI agents pumped, but everything else didn't do fuck all. Everything else was done like a 2x max. It's only that some AI coins that pumped. A majority of the market did not pump. So it's like, the thing is you have to think of it like this, right? In hindsight, it's easy to say what to do. At that time, if that was going to be the Altseason and Powell didn't come out and fuck up the markets, then ultimately what would have happened was, if you sold too early, you would have missed out months and months of gains. That's something you have to consider as well, my friend. A lot of people don't consider that aspect. It's like, at that current time, we only pumped for like 2-3 weeks. In reality, we pumped for like 2-3 weeks. So it's not like we pumped for months and months in your round trips. It's like literally less than a month, 3 weeks max that we pumped, had an aggressive pump. And then Powell came and fucked it. If Powell did not do that, we would have continued to pump because the momentum was there, sentiment was there. So I don't really like speaking in hindsight, but that was nowhere near anything, bro. Like, that was nowhere near the 2023 pump, 2024, 2023 pump. That was like 3 weeks and the reason he fell like that is because of Sensay. That's it. Sensay and all pumped pretty nicely, and everyone, thought that it was more than a majority of the other coins did not pump that much. They pumped like 2x max, 2x, some of them maybe 3x. It was only specific AI agent coins that were pumping. The whole everything else was just a normal pump, kind of a higher low. It was just AI agents that just done crazy numbers. So like I said, it's not a time to be speaking in hindsight, bro. It's like if we could go back in time, then obviously everyone here would be a millionaire, bro, close to fucking multi-millionaire. But if you speak in hindsight, you would have just went all in on virtuals, wouldn't you? Made like a fucking 200-300x and got the fuck out of the markets. That's in hindsight speaking, but in reality, it doesn't work like that. This is the problem though, and it's like everyone fucking likes to bitch when everything's thingy, when pumps, and then when it comes back down, it's just part of the game. I've just realized it's part of the game. There's nothing you can do. Now it's looking good based on previous support resistance on the weekly RSI bullish. It's looking, I think it's holding the support very well, this bottom line. Is Rye a good investment? No, it's not. I think it's possible, yes. Thoughts on holding Snift, perhaps better to move into Sensay. I would hold Snift, but like I said, make sure it's like 1% of your port or less. Like, people, I don't know why, but oftentimes people like to over invest into the degens. Like, I say Snift is a degen, and you don't realize it because it held up very well. But then when it's dropped a decent amount recently. And that's what the degens do. The same thing with Munity. Munity held up really well, but then people start panicking and start selling on each other. That's what happens. And that's the same thing is happening with Munity. So, Andy, good to see you, buddy. Yo, shit, good to see you as well. Yeah, look, Snift is still developing. That's the thing. Like, people don't realize it does not matter about short-term price action. It's only $2 million in market cap. Is dirty cheap. But when you look at the developments, they're still developing. They forming new partners. They've just got listed. Well, they've just got talked about on the BNB chain. Look at BNB daily. They've talked about Snift. So BNB is still supporting them. They've just teamed up with Gamer Broom. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's a pretty decent company that's powered by Nvidia, Solana, and it's a pretty decent sized company, backed by this, most likely backed by Binance Labs, and that's why they've formed a partnership and they're doing a giveaway with them. So, like I said, if your project's developing, forming partnerships, then in reality, it's really good. So they've gone to the Hong Kong thing as well. They're upgrading their stuff. They're going to be using Snift as a payment to add token utility. Overall, it's looking good for a degen coin in my eyes. So pull the scammer is again creating his new meme coin with Lazaro group game fate. You're crazy, man. Can't wait to bang lady boys in Thailand after we'll cash out. Yo, boy, what the fuck? Hey, that's funny, that is. Good to see you, my friend. Between Alexa and Aerodome has the most potential of looking at. I'll probably go with Aerodome in terms of just safety, and Aerodome will still pump because I think the base network will still do well. And if you look at Alexa, what the fuck is called? It's still not a bad project though. AX, was it AXL? That's the one. This is still a good project in my eyes. I think it will still do well. The shortest path to scale, trusted by the leaders. Yep. This is a pretty good RWAs. They've got some decent circle. Is this is classed as an RWA project, right? So I think this is classed as an RWA project, but even this has stumbled a decent amount. People don't realize this is like, look how much he pumped, and then look how much he's dumped, and this is supposed to be a very good project. Well, it is a good project. I'll probably will go with Aerodome just for more safety as well. Lingo is very involved in the project. Scares me. It's better to buy more props and Bricken. Would you recommend props or Lingo? I would not be buying Lingo, and the reason I don't want to buy Lingo is because the unlocks start very soon. Why would you buy Lingo when it was good 3 months ago for a quick trade, but then all the unlocks start very soon? So look at this. This is what a lot of YouTubers don't tell you. They don't even look at the vesting schedule. In 16 days, you're going to see a massive wave of unlocks, and you're going to see the price action get affected a lot. So would I buy Lingo? No, I wouldn't. I think Lingo will continue to dump. I don't know why people are even telling you to. If the IEOs are only down 1%, that means the seed and they're up at least 2x, at least up at 2 to 3x, I would say max on average. So would I buy Lingo? I would not be buying Lingo. I would rather buy other coins rather than Lingo, because I think Lingo will continue to dump. When you have these waves, look how low the volume is now. So when it does unlock, it's going to get affected massively. I'd rather buy Propbase because Propbase barely has any unlocks. Most of the early investors are out. Or I would buy Bricken. Bricken has an unlock also on the 27th. But, would it be absorbed? I think it most likely will be absorbed. So Bricken better to buy because there's only one more unlock in like 2 to 3 days or 4 days. And after that, there's no more unlocks. All the early investors are. And this is why it's worth buying projects, that's been around for a decent amount of time, because the unlocks, it gets diluted by the time you want to buy. When they leave you. Tier list video. I could do another tier list, but it's like I've done so many, bro. Consider exchange listings, tier listing videos also. Yeah, look, when it comes to exchange listings, a lot of people want exchange listings, especially tier ones. But what I've noticed is, if you look at a majority of these coins, like the top gets in for them majority of the time after they get the exchange listings. So it's like when you start seeing futures on some of these coins, I would be nervous, especially if it's a meme coin. If your meme coin that you're so bullish on gets a Coinbase futures or Binance futures, it's gonna get fucked because they're gonna get shorted by the exchange itself. When the exchanges are gonna send everything down, they're also going to short some of these meme coins, the big ones. Yeah, because the reason is weird is because it's a business cycle. You're gonna see coins run up really fast and dump just as fast, and that's mainly because we're still in QT. Now, once QT ends, I don't think it's gonna be like that. I don't think we're gonna drop as heavy. I think the pumps are gonna be sustainable. Maybe all coins will pump 50% and only drop like 10-15%, rather than during QT they'll pump 50% and dump 60%. But once QT ends, it's going to be sustainable pumps. So even if you pump 2-3x, we might only dump 15%, because that's what the sentiment shifts, because the Fed is not taking assets off their balance sheet anymore. So people like to get risk on during that period. Yeah, that's also a true thing as well, my friend. That's also true. I think a lot of people do get overly happy when the market is down, and then some people get overly angry when the market goes down, and then some people just get anxious. You're right, but some people don't know. The exchange token, I wouldn't buy any exchange tokens. If you had to choose I would buy coins in each narrative. So if I had to only pick 4, I would pick a gaming coin. I would pick 2 AI coins, and I'll just go maybe one of each or something. I don't know. Maybe just buy one in each narrative. That's what I would. If I had to choose 4 tokens to invest in at these prices, I would probably buy all at current price, or maybe DCA. I would buy when it comes to RWA. I would probably buy a bit of Bricken after the unlock. I would definitely buy some Nye. It's hard to pick only 4 because if you're gonna pick, you have to pick in each narrative. You can't sit ducks, if a narrative's pumping. But let's fucking get the pumps first, bro. Let's just get the pumps first. But if I had to pick, I'll pick maybe, I don't know, like 1 RWA, 2 AI, and 1 gaming. That's what I would do. Or maybe just 2 AI and 2 RWA. Just because gaming's so dead. It's not dead because I listened to the AMA and apparently they are still developing. And but I don't understand some of these coins. Like, I genuinely don't understand it because it can't be that hard. It cannot be that hard to pay someone to run the Twitter page. It cannot be that hard, especially if you're like a $100 million coin. There's your valuation is quite high for you not to pay someone like fucking $500 or $200, $300 a week or whatever to run the Twitter page. It does not make sense. It's quite baffling to me that they can't do the basics of just posting on Twitter. So if I think when AI picks up again, I think base AI will pump. But in terms of catching the bottom, at the moment it's like a falling knife. So would I buy it now? I wouldn't. I'd wait for it to kind of consolidate our price for at least a month before I would consider buying. I don't mind. Like, I would rather buy something 20% higher than catch a falling knife, because falling knives are fucked. If you catch a falling knife, for example, the biggest falling knife is probably Mavia or Based AI, probably these two, right? For example, people were thinking, this is a lot of people got caught out in this. So over here, when it was at the support, right, at the 120 region, the $1 region, everyone said it rallied. So then everyone thought when it comes back down to the same region, it's gonna most likely rally. But guess what happened? It just continued to go lower. So the best thing to do now is wait. Look at this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is not a bad time to DCA. If you wanted to buy Mavia, you would have to wait for it to consolidate for like a month before buying, because otherwise you're just catching a falling knife. Why would you want to catch a falling knife? Is the worst thing ever. Just wait for it to hold a price and then buy. Don't just buy non-stop. Like, buy at psychological levels. This is close to seed, meaning that no one else can dump on you now, and there's no unlocks for a few months. It makes sense to maybe consider buying Mavia if you was going to consider buying. You don't want to be buying it up here because when something continuously hits the support a number of times, eventually that support will break. It won't hold that support forever because there's enough sellers to keep testing the support line. Eventually the buyers run out and then you keep going down. And then when this happens, you get like a panic phase where all the people that bought up here start selling down here at a loss. And then it just non-stop, and then eventually it bombs out. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about when I say you don't want to be catching a falling knife. You see, base possible. Binance is making a comeback now, but CZ is just doing whatever at the moment, bro, to make some money. That's what I've realized. They paid the SEC 2.2 billion or some shit, or 4 billion, and now they're doing whatever to get that money back. It's fucking keep accumulating coins until QE or Q2 stops. What about the market crashes, corrections? I don't accumulate aggressively, my friend. I buy, like I said, I buy, and this is something that I always tell people: buy here and there, $50 or $100, and you buy more on crashes. People don't know how to DCA, and it confuses me. It's like they don't learn the lesson. How many times do you have to bulk buy before you get wrecked and realize that that is not the way to DCA? You DCA tiny amounts here and there until you see like a sizable crash or you see a major support, and then you buy heavy at there. You don't. When I tell people DCA this, I mean 50 to 100, and I always say to people, small DCAs. Don't go buy a bulk buy and start crying when everything goes down lower. This is why you do small DCAs. Because then if you buy 50 up here, you buy 50 like 30% higher. Who gives a shit? Is 50 fucking pound or $50? You buy 100 down here then. If you bought 50 here, you buy a bit more here. You buy a bit heavier here. That's all it is. You buy 100 here then, or 150 if you bought 50 up here. But guess what? In one pump, when the market gets bullish, it will just, because you bought down here, you bought more down here, this loss cancels out and you're back in profits again. That's how it works. These low caps can literally pump in one day, and that months of going down can just be erased in one pump. People don't realize this. Well, AXBT is bugging out. Dyson, good to see you, bro. That's just it's bugging out. It's like it keeps doing all this stupid shit, right? So it will say Ethereum's dead, and then you'll go back and say Ethereum's not dead. When did I say that? And then you'll go, it'll FUD. Today it was FUDding Bybit, and then in another post is like stop FUDding Bybit. The TVL is growing. There's crazy trading volume on there. And then the next post, it'll FUD Bybit again. Or Bybit is like FTX, and then the next tweet you'll be like, when did I say that? It's not like FTX. Stupid, but that bot is fucking bugging. What that bot does is the engagement farms. So he will say what people don't want to hear. It'll piss people off and it will get more engagements. So when Ethereum was going down, he called Ethereum dead. That's engagement farming. And then the next tweet is like, I never said that. That's engagement farming, and these bots are not, they're not actual agents. AIXBT is not an actual agent. Griffin is not an actual agent. This is why they get hit the hardest, because they're not actual agents. They keep glitching. Actual agents are really hard to make. People don't realize that. Just load it up on some Snift, Rocket. Yeah, it's not a bad time to DCA some Snift, bro. It was holding up really, really well, to be honest. I was quite surprised how well it held up, considering it was a low cap. I think we'll see in base surpass. Have you seen futures? How you see the future for DEAI? I think DEAI, I think it will eventually bottom out. The problem with DEAI is sentiment kind of died out, but just wait for it to hold a price. Like I said, you'd rather buy something 30-20% higher and catch the bottom rather than catching a falling knife. So I would personally wait at least a month for it to maybe hold this price, because if it goes down lower, then it's going to be even more fucked. So if I was you, I would wait for it to maybe consolidate at this level for like at least another couple of weeks, and if it does, then I would potentially Binance Alpha become a shit show. They pre-list all the AI agents that went down 80%. CZ dumb. Bro, CZ is fucking retarded, bro. One thing I don't realize about these coins is that, these exchanges, why the fuck would you list them at the top? Because all the people that buys them on your exchange just loses money. Why not list these coins early and make your, the exchanges, the people that use the exchanges, some money? It's like now it's just sell the news event. Like people will list a coin on the listing rumor, it'll pump, and then when it actually lists, it just gets dumped aggressively because the exchanges themselves probably dump it. That's how these exchanges make their fucking money, through fees and doing dodgy stuff like that. Yes, and that fucking broccoli coin as well, bro. Fuck me. It listed like 3 different broccolis on the BNB chain, all of them on the BNB chain. This is like, it just, bro, CZ needs to get sent back to jail, bro. He needs to get sent back to jail because it's fucking up the markets. Great, good to see you, bro. Detecting what explodes. ICP, I don't recommend. Gaming coins back seen on TikTok how Aiden Ross and FaZe going to create a server where that would be crazy though on GTA 6, because apparently GTA 6 is rumored to have crypto payments. Even apparently Fortnite was playing around with crypto payments. It's crazy. So gaming could come back. Sentiment very bad after Libra. Yeah, this is what killed Solana in the short term. Libra was a massive rug. It's like billions of dollars of being wiped out the market, hundreds of millions. Fucking crazy, bro. Why would you not buy any exchange tokens? I don't really see the need to buy exchange tokens unless they're like a DEX or they have a specific token utilities, because it's like these exchange tokens, most of them don't have utility. So there's no need for you to hold the token. Could you look at Colat RWA coin? Yeah, I can, Jimmy. Colat. Exchanges, I don't really. The only ones I like, the only one I hold personally is LogX, and that's a DGM one. The exchange, because exchanges will do pump. Oh, this one. It's not too bad, but I need to try out the app and see if they actually tokenize. Because I've seen plenty of projects like this on Solana that come out, they claim all this crazy shit, and then in reality, it doesn't do shit. Like there's no product. So I'll have to download the app and check if the product is actually working. Otherwise, it's just a concept. Like you can see millions of these on Solana, bro. Just concepts and then nothing else, and that's it. Crazy, good to see you, buddy. Or still bullish on Alt, my friend. Or is still developing. Does a coin like Superverse make you uncomfortable after the Libra coin influences corruption? Look, I don't really. Not all influences are the same, and Superverse did pretty well. Obviously, he's probably taken a decent hit because Beam took a decent hit. So I can't imagine this holding up that well. But actually, it's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. But like I said, I don't really think every influencer is corrupt. I think the meme influencers are very corrupt. And most of them are not even influencers. They're just fucking random people that just turned out, YouTubers that had nothing to do with crypto, that just came into crypto to trade meme coins. And that's all it is. All those scammers are getting sued anyways, sooner than later, bro. It's like the NFTs. Look how many people got sued after the NFTs. NFTs are like basically the meme coins of today. There's like a lot of ruggers, a lot of scammers in that area, bro. This is why you shouldn't. Like now, Kanye West is thinking of launching a meme coin, and guess what? There's going to be retards that's going to go buy it, knowing that Kanye has ultimately sold his Twitter account to some random crypto nerds. Like I think 17 people paid Kanye like $17 million to buy his Twitter account, and they're going to try farm this meme coin and make their money back. Yeah, CZ is a dickhead, bro. That's exactly what he done. He said, oh, meme coins again too weird. Meme coins again too weird. Let's go back to fundamentals. And they realized it doesn't work like that, because all they do is like, how can you go back to fundamentals and utility if all you do is list meme coins? Look what they've listed the last couple of things. They've listed all the AI agent coins at the top, and now they went back to list the meme coins again. It's fucking stupid, bro. These guys will do anything to increase the trading volume, because that's how they get paid. CZ will do anything to make back the 4 billion they lost to the SEC. I guarantee you they'll do anything. They'll advertise every single meme coin they own. They'll do a lot of scammy shit. On that note, guys, I think we should wrap it up. 1 hour 40 minutes, more than enough. I'll be live again tomorrow, if not Tuesday. But back to the regular lives now. Back to But what I will do at the moment is just slowly DCA. If you got cash, slowly DCA. Don't need to bulk buy because prices may potentially go slightly lower. My guess is, maybe back down to the 90K region. It won't happen straight away. We could potentially go up here before we come down here, or we might not even come down here ever again, which is hard to say, especially when the dollar is weak. When the dollar weak, people look, for a little bit more riskier options. And I do, like I said, I do genuinely think that we are going to see more rate cuts this year than what the market thinks. I think Trump will inject money into the markets other ways through credit creation. And I think inflation will not stay high for too long. I think inflation is only short term. I think a lot of people are I don't think inflation was ever this low to begin with. And they obviously manipulated the data for the elections, and after the elections the real data always comes out. And I've said that multiple times to you guys, and that's what we're seeing now. I don't think inflation was ever 2.4% ever. I think that was all bullshit. And I think 3%, 3.2% is more realistic. I think they use some old methods to even calculate inflation. True inflation, according to some of these other websites, like 2.2%. So it's very low real inflation compared to And I think after the Russia-Ukraine war ends, you're going to see energy prices come down, and you're going to see some other stuff. You're just going to see better sentiment around the world, because energy plays a massive role. One of the reasons Europe is in a recession is because of the high energy price that they pay. And once that war is finished, and Europe can start buying gas off Russia again at cheap prices and not pay double, then ultimately, sentiment around the world will shift. Between Unity and OTK, which one do you think is the best pick? If you want a little bit more safety, I'll probably go with OTK, but I like both of those. I'll probably buy a bit more Unity soon, but not at the moment though. Yep, this is what I'm saying. And now that they're cutting government spending, you are going to see inflation come down. It's only a matter of time. That's why I say rate cuts at the moment are heavily undervalued in terms of people think there's going to be way less rate cuts than they actually. I think there'll be way more rate cuts. There'll be a lot more. There'll be at least 2 rate cuts this year. At least 2 rate cuts is enough. With good inflation, with QT ending, that is enough to give us a decent alt season in my eyes. But yeah, guys, I appreciate all of you that came down. Drop a like on your way out. We will be live again, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Let's see. If anything happens, the market is boring right now, bro. When the market is boring, there's not really much to talk about apart from just accumulating specific altcoins when the market is dead. Because when it gets bullish again, you're going to wish you bought more down here. I promise you. But yeah, guys, take care. I'll see you guys soon. Drop a like on your way out as well. I would appreciate that loads.